Ike, phew. The losing streak started at Gambit and it ended at Gambit as well. Tell us what the game plan was.
Well, the game plan was like every other game pretty much, but this game I think we were more confident. We wanted to play. We lost so many times that we knew what we were doing wrong. And game after game we were saying we have to do this, we had to do this, we had to do this, and we tried. And this game is the first game that everything worked out. We got an early lead, like many of the games we did, but we didn't throw it. We actually capitalized on objectives like crazy. If they take something, we take something in exchange. We never let them do anything. And it was the first day that we play without mistakes, pretty much.
It was incredibly good to see. I mean, you guys ran that poke composition. You had the Sivir, the Nidalee, and the Lulu. Did you want to play a poke-heavy game? Because you never really picked fights, but your composition didn't lend itself to that.
Yeah, we wanted to pick those three. My team wanted to pick Gragas early to have more damage, but I wanted Nidalee because I think it fits a lot better with that setup. Like, we can move around super fast, and I felt confident that with Nidalee, I will annoy them a lot with the setup they had because they didn't have any heal or shields, anything to sustain. So pretty much once we had that setup, we said just go equal, and when it comes to team fight, poke until we engage, and Wukong can one-shot someone with a spear and Lulu burst.
So you went for that Nidalee, so of course it worked perfectly in the poke comp, but you've been struggling a little bit the last couple of weeks finding the right things to play. How do you feel that your performance was now and going into the next matches?
My performance, you mean individual or team, or both?
Individually.
Individual. I think I played, except for 1 or 2 games, I played the same in every game. In some games I was doing good in lane, in some games I was doing bad, in some games I was doing equal. It never really mattered, because like the first 7 games we won, some of the games I died in lane, then in teamfights we will be stronger. And the games we lost, some games I will get kills in lane, and then we will lose teamfights. So I think I play exactly the same, but in the end it's right now about how you play with your team, pretty much. It's about moving in the map, taking control, and getting gold from objectives for your team.
Let's talk a little bit about the moving around the map. You mentioned already the Sivir, the Wukong, and the Lulu picks. These are the same 3 champions that beat you yesterday by alliance. What happened in that game? You know, what went wrong in your mind, other than feeding Karthus a little bit?
it was, yeah, feeding Karthus was bad. Their setup, we even had that feeling when the game started. Their setup is super beast. If we don't start with advantage and win mid game, they are gonna be. There's no way to stop them late game. Wukong Irelia can just run and kill people, and Karthus is there to go as another front line. I don't know. I think we picked really bad, and today we realized like we were playing Sivir Wukong sometimes, but we were failing to use it properly, and today we're like, let's just pick it and play like they did yesterday, have some balls and just go in when we see them, and don't be scared, because we are good. We are not supposed to play scared, and that's what we did pretty much.
If we take a step back and look at the league, losing to Alliance, then an epic win versus Gambit, are those things that you find important, that those are the teams that you had these rivalries with for a long time? Are these bigger encounters for you than the others?
I'm not sure. I think that the others are, every match is really a big encounter, but it's kind of funny how we lost to them and then we lost every game. And now they are the ones that we get the first win against. It's kind of funny, no? That the first game that we play super good is against them, not last week, not yesterday, not next week. It's kind of funny. Make it more... Make you think about it, actually, that there is something there.
So I've got a question about this now, because it took 8 games lost back-to-back to finally get now what was effectively a perfect performance. Why did it take so long for you to iron out all of the problems? We've been hearing from every single member of Fnatic on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit. Why now? Why today?
No idea. It took so long. Like, we knew the problem, and we were just trying to fix it, but it's like I told them that every game there was someone making a mistake, we didn't play properly the setup. There was always a mistake happening in every game. We never were fully, all of us fully confident into the game. Like today we were like, okay, let's just play, let's have fun, play an OP setup that we know we can win with, and since we are good players, we should win because the setup is good, and just don't care about winning or losing, just care about playing the game. And it seems like it worked out better than the others.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Rekel said in the great feature we saw about you guys, where you guys were pretty emotional, he said, at one point, I felt like we were letting it go too far. It signals to me that you kind of had a controlled chaos going on, but at what point did it go too far for you guys in losing, and how do you manage to pull that back?
I'm not sure. Like it was a chaos at some point because at first you lose some games and it's fine. You see the mistakes. You're like, okay, we did this mistake. We can fix them. Then you play again and you do the mistakes again, and then you do it again. And then the game you don't do those mistakes. You play bad in lane or you do other mistakes. Then it really gets into your head because you are reading all the comments, what people say. You play bad, and the game you don't do something bad. You do something else bad, and at some point you just lost confidence in yourself. You don't believe that you can do what you were doing before. You start thinking, what were we winning games before and not now? What was I doing different? You really look at what you were doing and you cannot get with what it is. And I think pretty much it's just about the mind, like about not thinking too much about it. Like if you lose and forget about it.
So I've got quite a serious question now because the two sides of Fnatic that we've seen, you guys go 7-0, and I'm going to say it quite bluntly, the confidence went to your heads. We heard it in the feature. You guys were all saying, we thought we could win everything. Then you lose 8 games in a row. All of the negativity gets to your head, and you start thinking we're going to lose everything. How do you ensure that both extremes do not happen going into the last few weeks of the split?
Well, we have experienced both extremes now, so I think we will, no matter what, we will try to improve a lot more because, yeah, we won one game, but that doesn't mean we are better. We still will have bad games. We have to improve. We might lose a lot of games in a row again, but we have to improve. We have to practice a lot, focus on all the mistakes and fix them because today we play good, but we should play really good every game, not just one game out of 7.
All right, well, thank you very much for that. One last thing I'd like to ask you guys is the predictions for our next match coming up. Millennium as a take on the Copenhagen Wolves. Trev?
I think it's going to be a 67,000-minute game with the Copenhagen Wolves probably taking, just based off yesterday's performance, I think the Wolves are looking stronger.
22 kills to 17 kills, something like that. I think Wolves will take it. They are playing super good, but I hope Millennium does good. They're really nice guys. They are a friend of us, and especially Ara. Ara has always been supporting me. Like even yesterday, he's one of the reasons why today I was kind of confident. He was talking to me sometime, and it was good. So I hope they do good.
All right, it's going to be a great matchup. Congratulations once again. Gracias, Peque. And now we're going to head back over to Joe and the Fisho for the next match.